Hello and welcome to another video. So in today's video, I am going to be explaining to you guys, telling you guys, showing you guys how I got prepared for basic training. Like, I haven't left yet, but I'm about to leave. So how I got prepared like up until this point, just to get ready, to get my house ready and to get myself ready to do something as big as leaving for 12 weeks plus, okay? So I just want to start off by saying, for me, I actually am going during the time, like during the holiday time. So because of that, we are actually going to be able to come back home for 2 weeks in December. So it makes it just a little different. I believe once it's broken up, it's like 5 weeks and 5 weeks. So they put 12 weeks as my basic training, but really it's only 10 weeks like everyone else's. It's just we get that 2 week of a break. So I do want to put this in there, and it is going to make it like that much easier for me as far as like missing my family and things like that. But there's still been a lot of preparation that has gone into this. And I just want to share with you guys, especially for the moms out there who are looking forward to joining the services or just like wondering, girl, how you about to leave your house and your kids, okay? All right, so let's get started. And behind me, I do have the clothes that I'm gonna be wearing, my backpack fully packed, and girl, our departing cornrows, okay? Our departing cornrows are in our head. I got them done yesterday. I was gonna wait to get them done at the end of this week with my other self-care stuff, which I'm gonna go over in a second. But I just decided I didn't wanna go through the hassle of not being able to find someone to do my hair. So I just went ahead and got it out. Before I get started with the tips, I'm gonna go ahead and say that my situation might be completely different than yours, okay? You guys know, like I said, I'm married. I have 2 children that live in the house with me. My husband is very hands-on with me and with the kids. So it's a different situation. I do understand that. It might be different for everyone. I'm just giving you guys my perspective. When I was 18 and joining with children, it would have been totally different than being 29 and joining with children. I do want to go off and say that, okay? So take, eat the meat and spit out the bones. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing is, I did not waste any time when it came down to scheduling days to go to MEPS. And because of my situation, I have a very flexible schedule because I have my own business, that any date that was available for me to go is the date that I took. I didn't necessarily wait the longest possible time. When I made up in my mind that I wanted to go forward with this process, I began to just take the dates that the recruiter said was available. So if it was a week out, I was taking a date. If it was 2 weeks out, I was going to take the date. Okay, I wasn't like scheduling things so far back that it was hard to manage. I will say that this is a great time to see if the person who is going to be in charge of your household and your children while you're gone is able to fully, if they're capable of fully taking on that task by having to just go to the dates, hey, I gotta go in 2 weeks, I gotta go to MEPS. So just let me see how this process will work if I'm not here. I think that's a good way. This is a good way to go about it. If you don't necessarily trust the person, but we're gonna get to that. If you don't necessarily know, if you trust the whole situation, by going through this process, you're gonna see how solid the people that you are trying to leave your children with, the person that you're trying to leave your children with, you're gonna see how solid it is because, like I said, I took all the dates. So another thing was I got mentally, physically, and spiritually ready to go embark on this journey before I mentioned it to my husband. So I had to first sit with it myself before even mentioning it, because once you mention it to someone else, they already began to get in this preparing process, oh, what will I do? How will I do X, Y, and Z? So before I even brought it up to him, I sat with it myself, okay? And I would highly suggest that you do that. Don't get people all up in it. If it's just you, that's a different story. But if you have children and you have a household, you want to sit down with yourself and make sure you're actually going to follow through with the process before you start mentioning it to everyone else and getting them all antsy and having them try to mentally prepare for something that you haven't even really settled in if you want to do or not. Next thing I did was I changed my sleeping schedule. Now I am a mother of 2. My daughter just turned 4 in August, but like I said, my husband is very hands-on. So if I say, honey, this week I'm not feeling it. This week I'm just chilling out. He will take the reins with the children and I get to have as much sleep as I want to. So sleep has never been a thing for me, you know, that I'm like, oh, I don't know when I'm gonna get some rest. It's never really been like that, you know, within my household. So I had to take it upon myself to take sleep away from myself, because I know for a fact that when I get to basic training, I'm not gonna be able to sleep, you know, 12 hours, because your girl can sleep 12 hours, okay? I can sleep 12 hours, wake up, eat, work out, do whatever, and go back to sleep. I'm that kind of sleeper. So because I knew that was a luxury I needed to kind of like rid myself of, I just went ahead and did it while I was in the comforts of my own home. So I started setting an alarm for 4 o'clock a.m., 5 o'clock a.m. First I did start off with 6 o'clock, which is like my normal wake up time. Then I moved it to 5, and then I moved it to 4. And then, you know, like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, to use the bathroom and you go back to sleep, I would wake up in the middle of the night and like come in my living room and do push-ups and things like that. So I intentionally just destroyed a normal a normal sleep cycle, circadian rhythm out the window, because I knew like it's better for me to do that while I'm in the comforts of my home than to leave and have that added stress on my body, okay? Because sleeping, not having enough sleep, or your body thinking that you're not going to have enough sleep, can be a problem. And because I know that, I just prepared myself, and now it's like, okay, if I get to sleep, I get to sleep, and if I don't, I don't. Now, I said I am the person who will take a bunch of naps. It's like certain times of the month I like to take a lot of naps, but normally I can deal with like 4 hours of sleep. But I just made sure to make it not to where it needed to be a structured 4 hours of sleep. Just broke it up, like whatever, okay? I ain't taking no naps or nothing like that. Just going to sleep like during sleeping hours, but definitely making it random. That was the next thing that I did. The next thing is I kept a countdown. Now, if you guys have been following me outside of this Army journey, you know that I keep a calendar in my bathroom. It has like my menstrual cycle and things like that on it. Well, this time I added to that calendar a countdown. That countdown is for myself, and that countdown is also for my husband. There might be something that he wants to do for me, and you know, he can see the whole countdown thing, and there may be things that I want to do for myself. Like, okay, I knew last weekend on Sunday I wanted to try out Burger King's like a ghost pepper Whopper before I tapered my calories back down, and like, you know, things like that. So there are things that you might want to do, and I think it's best to keep like a visual, especially if you're a visual person. It's best to keep like a visual of how much time you have left, so that you're not fooling yourself, okay? And if you need to go ahead and put your weight and stuff on there as well, you need to do that too. But just so we're keeping up what it is that we need to do, you just make sure that make sure you're keeping tabs on it. And another thing my calendar is used for is my workouts. Always, before I even went on this journey, I would always just mark on there like how many times I work out during the week, because sometimes we do like to fool ourselves. You think you're working out so hard and so long, and then you look at the calendar, you've only worked out 3 days. So I just kept all that stuff very visible for him. But like I said, I also added a countdown, and that's helped me as well. My next thing is to get all of my doctor's visits out of the way. Now, if you do not have insurance, this might be something that you just don't want to worry about until you get to basic training. I believe they do they'll do little things for you once you get there. But if you can go ahead and get it all out of the way for yourself, I would do that. If you're like myself and you wear glasses, I would go ahead and get your prescription and stuff like that, so you can put it in your bag. If you have any like worries for yourself medically, so to speak, I would just go and get my checkups, get my blood work, do all that kind of stuff. Anything that's going to ease your mind on the medical side, I will go ahead and do that. And another part of getting the doctor's appointments out of the way is also getting the doctor's appointments out of the way for your children. I did this last week, actually. I took my kids to get their dentist appointments, make sure they're all up to date on their shots, their checkups, and all that kind of stuff. My husband can do those things, but my husband also has a full-time job. So to take a little off of his plate while I am away, I just decided to go ahead and get those things out of the way myself. And it also is those last little moments that you're spending with them and doing things before it's time for you to go as well. I made it a whole fun thing for us. Like, we went costume shopping and stuff. I'll link that video for you guys. But just, get all of those little things out of the way so that someone else doesn't have to deal with them. Get as much out of the way as possible so that it lessens the load on the other person. I'm going to say that. Okay, let's move on. And the next thing is I took away all the luxuries. Now I am not really you know, I don't like watching TV and things like that, you know. So those things didn't really bother me, but taking away some luxuries, like I started drinking coffee every morning. So things like that. This is green tea and it's decaffeinated. And the only reason I'm drinking it is because I want something to drink. Okay, but I'm fine with not drinking this and just drinking some water. And that's another thing, honey. When I say you need to get up on the water, I have like 6 gallons left in my car, and I think 6 days left, a gallon a day. So I've been drinking a lot of water for like the last 3 months. I've been doing the gallon, but definitely taking away the luxuries. I don't smoke, but if you are a person who smokes, you know, this will be a good time. It depends on how far out you are. I would say if you're 6 days out like me, it's a little late, but I would do it before I go. I wouldn't be smoking up until the time it's time for me to go. I wouldn't be drinking coffee up until the time it's time for me to go, because your body, I know we don't like to think of ourselves as being addicts of certain things, but your body will become adapted to these things that you do most frequently, like coffee. And if you notice, if you've been drinking coffee, you know, every morning for the last 2 years, and you stop drinking coffee, you're gonna have a headache. What you don't wanna do is be under all this other stress and do something like adding withdrawals in there. Okay, you don't want to do that. I know people like, it's hard, it's going to be a hard environment, and I don't necessarily think it's going to be hard because it's physically hard. I think it's going to be hard, mentally hard, because you're used to doing things one way and you're going to have to do something the other way. So you can make it easy on yourself by taking away certain things, okay? Another thing that I took away during my workouts was my smartwatch. I absolutely love working out with my smartwatch. I love running with my smartwatch. Like it almost feels unnatural to run aimless miles and not know how far I'm going. But I recently started to run without it because I'm not going to be able to have it. Okay, so I started to run with my normal watch just so I can see the time. I don't have to see my heart rate and things like that. Those little luxuries that we don't necessarily think about as luxuries, it'll be a good time to kind of get rid of those. Okay, you do not want to stress your body out even more. Like imagine you haven't fixed your sleep cycle. You know, you haven't changed your eating habits. You haven't started drinking a lot of water. You haven't done all these things. And then you add in, where is my coffee that I have every single morning? Baby, your body is going to give you hell. And you don't want that to happen. You want that to happen as minimal as possible, okay? All right, so that is the next thing that I did. That was get rid of all the luxuries before. So this next thing is actually going to entail my backpack here. I packed my backpack as soon as I knew my ship date. So I went to MEPS. Now I know this is going to be different if you had to wait for waivers and things like that. But if you go into your swearing process, like your ship date, you can go ahead and start packing your bag. I knew I had stuff from Amazon that I wanted to come in, so I wanted to make sure everything came in, everything was ready, everything was packed, before, like, I don't want to be doing that this week. This week is a relaxation week, okay? The week before I get ready to leave is relaxing. It's not time to be ripping and running across Houston to try to find things that I need to go. And I know some people say don't bring anything, but as a woman, as a mom, like, I know better than to leave out of this house with nothing. I'm not about to leave out here with nothing, okay? So there are whatever things you want to pack, I will go ahead and pack those things as soon as possible, as soon as you know your ship date. Now, I'm not talking about you haven't even went to the MEPS physical and you packing a bag. That's not what I'm saying, but you know that you're leaving. Okay, you already swore in, pack that bag, girl. Like, let's not even play with it. So I did pack my bag, and another thing I did was write down all of the names, phone numbers, and addresses that you'll need of people like that you want to communicate with. I know we will have our phones, at least I'm going to bring my phone with me, but just in case you don't have access to that, like, you don't know. So I did show you guys what I had in this backpack in that other video, but it was dark, so I'm just going to do it one more time for the sake of this video, just in case you did not watch that video. We're going to do this really quickly. All right, so here's the backpack. I ordered this backpack from Amazon, and it is a pretty sturdy backpack. As you can see, it came with like a lot of little buckles, jingle jangles. It has a little thing that you strap around your waist. It's a pretty sturdy backpack, and it extends out. So you can unzip this and you can unzip that, and it'll get larger for you. Another thing that I really, really liked about this backpack, let me show you, is the ability for it to unzip all the way. Hold on, that's the extender. Hold up. So when packing, a backpack that will unzip all the way down like this is really, really nice. You see that? Because it makes me be able to lay everything in there. So just going to go through really quickly what I have inside. It's a bag full of underwear. I showed you guys like what they look like in the other thing. I'm not going to unpack them all the way, but these are underwear, sports bras, and I did write my name on all of the bags and then on most of the materials inside. Here's my like period bag with all the stuff that I need inside of there. Another toiletry bag. I'm gonna bring my cups. These are cupping like for muscle soreness and things like that. If they tell me I can't bring them, then I can't bring them, but I'm gonna bring them in this bag, okay? So some extra soap, just little toiletry things, lotions and things like that. And then I have the shorts in a bag, and then I have bath stuff. So here's like a little towel that you can use to wash your back, and then a regular towel in there. And then I have some socks, and then I have my shower shoes. You can see it says my name on there. And then in the back part here, I have a clipboard. I heard that it's really good for helping you to make up your bed at basic training. And I have all of the paperwork that I was given, and then all of the paperwork, like everyone's birth certificate, my marriage license, and all that kind of stuff like that, social security cards, all that's in there. And then this back thing right here is stamps. I bought stamps from online, a pack of paper, and just stuff to write home with in general. All right, and then in the front side of this bag, I have the, what do you call it? The power dock, like, you know, like a power bank. A power bank that I fully charged, the chargers, moleskins for my feet, and then also the charger for the power bank. All right, in this front part, I have some deodorant. They said I couldn't bring aerosol, so I had to go and buy this. I have chapstick, and then I have two locks that look just like this. One of them is green and the other one is white, like that one. And in this next compartment, I have more like travel size things. These are all face, like stuff to clean my face with. And then my hair thing, a brush, rubber band, some Shine Gem Girl, a shower comb, edge toothbrush, and like my little detangling brush, and a rat tail comb. And then on the side, I just have hand sanitizer for the airplane, and then a permanent marker. And since we're right here, the outfit that I have is just clothes that I already have inside of there. So here's the underwear that's all inside this bag. I have a pair of those underwear. I mentioned to you guys in the other video that these are actually menstrual underwear. So they have like, you know, they're like a wicking away material and just keep you nice and fresh for a long day at MEPS, honey, and a plane ride. One of the bras that are like inside, and then some of the socks that are like inside of my bag. And then I bought this hooded jacket from Walmart, and then I went back and I bought this shirt from Walmart as well. I think it was like a little over $4. And then I have some black pants that I'm gonna wear. All right, and then this is the last thing that I wanna show you about like packing and stuff that I didn't get to show you last time because it was dark, and that's this little thing. So this is another one of the kind of like accommodations that I made for myself. I took my purse away and I just moved all of my stuff, my debit card, my driver's license, my social security card is all inside of here, and I do have some pens in here and chapstick. So here's my little thing. They're probably not gonna let me keep this for long, but for the purpose of traveling, I just wanna keep my documents and stuff in here. So that's another thing that I have, like, you know, one of my little accommodations that I made for myself. But let's continue with the tips. So the next thing is I test out my shoes and clothes. So if you have, like I said, certain kind of underwear, certain kind of socks and things like that you plan on bringing, if I were you, I would test them out. If you're like me and you're picky about like how things fit around your legs, especially if you're a girl with thick thighs, honey, you know, you need to test and see, can you run in certain tights? Like those shorts that are in there, they're actually running tights. I got them because I know that I don't like my thighs doing all that they be doing a lot when it's come time to running a lot, and I don't know if they're going to have those accommodations at the PX commissary, whatever, the PX, BX, whatever they have the shop at. I don't know if they're going to have those accommodations there, so I made sure to bring those with me. I will test out the equipment. Another thing is I will also test out your shoes. So I bought new shoes. I showed you guys the shoes in that video. I've been wearing them. They're okay. They're definitely they're my second favorite. Let me get them for you. They're right here. So I know they may or may not let me keep the shoes, but just in case they do, I do want to bring shoes that are comfortable to me. So this right here is my favorite running shoe of all time. Apparently they're getting close to not selling it anymore, but I messed up the back of the running shoe. I put my shoe on one day without tying this part and just walked around with it like this. And in turn, it ruined the back of the shoe to where I can feel the bend when I'm running or when I'm walking for a long period of time. That's how you get blisters on your feet. So I decided to buy new shoes. So this is like the second best. I have a lot of different running shoes, but this is definitely, you know, most comparable to this shoe. And I've been walking around in it. They're only like a week old, maybe like a week, and yeah, I've been wearing it for like a week. So I've been walking around in these just to, you know, if they are uncomfortable, so I'll know that they're uncomfortable and I bring them, just get my feet used to walking in something new, see how I like them, all that kind of stuff. I think it's very wise to like test out your shoes and just things that you plan on bringing that you're going to be able to use. Like if you're very picky about your sports bra, I would go ahead and try to actually run in the sports bra that you plan on bringing, okay? Or the kinds of sports bra that you plan on bringing. The one that I have here, I love those kind of like not too maximum tight. I mentioned all that in that video. I don't like that extra strap down tight kind of bra, but you might like that. Just test out your materials, okay? That was the next thing. And the next thing that I did was start working out every single day except for Sunday. And I still work out on Sundays. I just do something very light like walking. If I feel like running on a Sunday, I'm still gonna run on a Sunday, but I have not I've been working out every single day. And it's not for weight. It is for like your body. As a massage therapist, I gotta tell you that your body gonna fight you if you wait to have it adjusting after all these other circumstances are mixed in there. You don't want those kind of added stresses. If you can help it, help it. If you can get sore at home and get yourself a massage and do all your recovery stuff at home and help your body along the way, help to build those muscles and things like that. Now 6 days out, it's a little late for that, okay? But better late than never. I've been, like I said, doing this for a bit now, so I'm confident that my body's going to be able to do what I need to do, that it's going to be able to perform, and I'm not going to be in pain the whole time. I remember and it's kind of unrelated, but kind of not. I remember when I first started working at Amazon, for the first 2 weeks, it was grueling, girl. It was grueling, okay? From going from like, you know, a sedentary job, I owned my own daycare, to go into moving, like crazy moving all day. I mean, sometimes I hit 40, 50, 60,000 steps a day. So it was a lot of moving. And for the first 2 weeks, my body was like, so you weren't gonna tell us about this? So I would highly, highly suggest that you up your workout game. And if you're one of those people who you can't work out hard by yourself, at least walk, at least do extended walks, just so you can get your body used to, like, get the muscles in your legs and stuff used to. Start doing push-ups, get your back, okay, and get your neck used to how this is about to go. Okay, I'm telling you, you're gonna thank me later. And I haven't even went, and I know, because when I first started like doing push-ups, the first, I would say 2 weeks was really rough for my neck and my back, because it's like, girl, this is not what we do. And since then, it has really helped my posture, and I'm able to do a lot more push-ups and more frequently. It's just all together better. Just do that all at home, okay? Do that all at home. Like I said, this is not necessarily for weight. This is just to help your body adjust. So I'm gonna move straight into the next thing, and that is to get your weight under control. Now, if you're like me, I can't speak for nobody else. You're gonna have to get your weight in check. Now, when I talked to you guys last about going to MEPS for the physical, you guys saw that I had to I was dropping water weight. It wasn't like actual weight, because if I had actual weights to drop, honey, in 4 days, 5 days, it wouldn't have happened. So I would already say that's kind of goes up to the first thing that I mentioned, and getting yourself kind of mentally and physically in the space before you even go see a recruiter and get things started, because they're going to try to push you to get it all done. You want to be like, you don't want to stress yourself out. So definitely get yourself in a regimen and routine, and just get your body up to whatever their standard is. If you don't agree with it, just simply don't go through this process. But whatever they say, you know, the requirements are for your body, you're going to have to do that. And if you don't want to do that, just simply don't sign up, because this is what they say. So definitely get your weight under control. I would not suggest, like, let's say when I left MEPS the last time, left the physical, I got my numbers and all that kind of stuff, and I told myself, these are the exact numbers that I'm going to come back with, okay? These are the exact numbers that I'm going to come back with. I'm not going to go, and I don't mind being below it, but I'm not about to go above it. This is the exact weight that I need to be. These are the exact numbers that I need to be when I come back here, okay? I would not take that time to leave, go binge eat, go do whatever you want to do. Don't continue to work out. I would not do that, so that you put yourself right back in the same situation when it's time to weigh in when you ship out. So now when I ship out, I'm really not concerned at all. I'm honestly, well, when I went to MEPS the last time, it was a bit more stressful because, you know, water weight comes back pretty quickly. I mean, it comes back as soon as you drink a little water, honestly. So it was a different kind of occurrence when I went that time. But I definitely would not continue to stress myself out. Like, every time you go up to MEPS, you're not getting your weight under control. So if you pass that physical, the MEPS physical the first time, what I would do is just make sure that you take the rest of the time from then to the day that you ship out to keep everything in check. Am I saying that you can't go out to eat with your family on the last day that you're there? Sure, why not? I mean, I take the weekends, and I like enjoyed my meals really on the weekends, but during the week, baby, keep it real strict, okay? I kept it real strict. And now, like I said, I'm not worried about weight and things like that going into basic training or going into MEPS, because we do have to weigh in. Like, we have a mini physical on the date of ship out. So definitely make sure you keep your weight under control, whichever way you are. If you're underweight or overweight, whichever ones, make sure you keep all that under control. You don't want to have to deal with all that. The thing is to start studying. Now, I just started studying at the end of last week. And when I say studying, I mean studying the ranks. I'm going to look more at the land navigation this week as well, because that was very confusing to me. I did complete all my future soldier things. I don't know if your recruiter has you do that, but I would highly suggest taking a look at it. It's the portal where also it gives your family information. So I would just take a look at it and go through some of those courses. There's someone that you must complete, and then there's someone there that is optional to complete. And I'm going to go ahead and complete those this week as well. So studying the ranks, because if you're like me, my parents were in the military, but I didn't know, like, I was a child, so I didn't know much about how everything worked. I didn't care at the time, honestly. I mean, kids usually don't, but this is stuff that we need to know going in. So I would definitely just know what it looks like, know what the ranks look like. And the other thing is positions of attention. I would begin to practice them, because when I swore in, they had us doing attention and then parade rest. I had never heard of it, didn't know what it meant, didn't know how to do it. And he made us do it like 3 times because none of us got it. So I would highly suggest, like, moving in to a more stressful environment like basic training, that you at least try and study those things. At least that's what I'm gonna do, okay? All right, the next thing is book my self-care and do my self-care. Now, like I said, I am a massage therapist. If you hear my channel, you might know that already. I would highly suggest booking, you know, something nice for yourself the week that you're about to leave. I even thought about calling like a mobile massage therapist to the hotel room, but I don't know, you know, if I'm gonna have a roommate and if I'm allowed to do that. So I'm gonna have myself a massage the day before I leave out. So I plan on leaving real relaxed, girl, okay? Y'all know I stay up on my blood pressure and stuff like that. I mean, I'm chilling. I'm not stressing myself out with much of nothing. Gonna do my toes. Now, I know you're not supposed to have like acrylic toenails and all that kind of stuff on, but just like a normal pedicure, you know, getting your nails done, a normal manicure. I'm not gonna wear this polish, but just getting yourself a normal manicure, maybe scheduling yourself a facial. Just do something nice for yourself, because like I said, I'm gonna be going for 5 weeks, which is really good for me, because Every 4 weeks a massage is good. Baby, as soon as my feet strike glory, as soon as I get back home for Christmas time, you better believe I'm going to schedule a massage. So whatever your like favorite services are, whether it's facials, massages, whatever, just make sure you treat yourself and then treat your body, okay, before you leave, because this is going to be something just a little different, okay? Just a little bit different. The thing, if you are married, I would highly suggest purchasing these rings like this. My wedding band is honestly, because I've been working out so much, if you can see, it has no resistance. And depending on the morning, it will just slide right off my finger. I don't want to lose my ring. So I would highly suggest getting something like this. And then also getting like a watch, like one of those. I just bought another one. Hold on, let me mention this in the beginning. But getting yourself like, this one was 39 bucks at Walmart, and I really don't know how to set it up, so I don't even know if I'm gonna keep it. But my husband got another one, and I just didn't like the way it felt. It was like had Velcro and stuff on it. Just get yourself a little cheapy watch and learn how to use it before you leave would be a wise thing to do as well. Just for like alarms and stuff like that. I've been waking up with the alarm on the other one that my husband bought me. I've been waking up with the alarm on that one like for the last 2.5 weeks, just so I'm getting used to the sound. So yeah, that's something else to think about. So now we're going to move into the last and probably the most important thing in this video, especially if you are a mother, okay? Especially if you are a parent, especially if you have someone else who you're leaving behind. You're gonna think about this, like you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. And that is to let go of control. Now y'all know, if you hear, you know, I have to mention this because a lot of, you know, leaving, you think about like, things aren't going to be done the way that you're going to do them. You have to trust. And I don't know your situation, so I can't say that it's the right or wrong thing for you to do. But if you know that this is the right move for you to make, you're going to have to trust the process of it all. You're going to have to trust the process of you leaving and going to basic training. And you're going to have to trust the process of the person who you're leaving, you know, your home, your possessions, or your children, whoever or whatever, whoever is in charge of those things. You're going to have to trust that everything is going to be okay. You're going to have to let go of control, because you cannot progress here and think about, you know, the great possibilities and this new phase of your life, which is joining the army. Like for the next 2 to 4 years at the least, this is going to be a part of your life. So, and maybe even 6 if you sign a 6-year contract. It's gonna be a part of your life. So you can't hold on to this right here and then begin a new thing. It's like trying to walk while looking backwards. You can't do that. So you're gonna have to learn how to drift your focus, and the sooner the better. That's why I said I'm taking this week to really chill out. I'm really taking this week. Last week I was all in. Of course, they're my husband, they're my children. I'm all in, but I'm definitely slowly moving to the background. And am I going to be in the background forever? No. But for basic training and AIT, I'm not going to be present like I have been for the last, you know, for my children's lives, for the duration of my marriage. I won't be present. But the goal is, the hope is, the prayer is that this short period of my absence is going to be better. My return is going to be better because of the short period of my absence. And in order to let that process fully take root, I'm going to have to let go, and you're going to have to let go. All right. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope if you're on the verge of like deciding, honey, make up your mind, okay? Time is not slowing down. And if you really, like if this is something that you have been wanting to do, if you're like me and you've been wanting to do it since you were 18 and life just kind of got in the way, and finally you're able to do it, but you're worrying about things like your age and what if, girl, lay all that down, okay? Leave all that back there and come on. Come on, okay? All right, as always, if you have a question, ask a question. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you guys want to join me live, I'll be live when I am at the hotel. And I put the date on the screen. I think it's the date of the 6th. Yes, it's the 6th. I'll be live like 8 p.m. on the 6th while I'm at the hotel. I'll have questions. I'll have the ability for you to ask me questions. Of course, I'll be live. You can ask me questions about basic training, going to basic training, all that kind of stuff, marriage, motherhood, or massage therapy. I'll be there, all right? As always, if you have a question, ask a question, and I'll see y'all later.